Oh yeah, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? We're back with your boy. It's Muzzy McGee, where I go by the name of Muzzy McGee. Welcome back to another live streaming session. For those of you who don't know what I'm trying to do here, this channel is about three things: the live stream section, which is divided into two parts: the practice, so that we can get into practice in every day, and the second part is me getting better at improvisational music. And you can join me using the backing tracks that I have listed on the playlist section of every one of my videos. And I ask everyone to subscribe to all the accounts, to all the people who create the backing tracks, because it enables us to get better, because we don't have to make our own backing tracks for ourselves. Now, the third part is what the whole channel is about me creating electronic music. You judge me on my ability to songwrite, sing, to create electronic music from scratch using different synthesizers and things that I make in Logic Pro X. If any of that sounds interesting to you, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Like, comment, and let me know what you think. Normally, I would talk about the Amazon affiliate links, but as I've been booted from that program for officially not making 3 qualified sales over a 180-day period, I have decided personally to wait until I have enough subscribers before I start recommending things for people to purchase and rejoining the Amazon affiliate program. So I'm going to request that people do the third and the fourth, or the second and third thing, I guess now. So number 2 is check out the cryptocurrency links I have available on the channel. Although this channel has absolutely nothing to do with cryptocurrency, I figure I enjoy trading cryptocurrency. Maybe you might as well. Again, I'm not telling you what you should and shouldn't do with your money, and this isn't financial advice. So please sign up. And in the event that you do sign up, all signups are free. Again, I said before, they all have different things to offer on different platforms. If you decide that you want to sign up and cryptocurrency is for you, okay? If you spend money, you don't have to spend money when you sign up. But in the event that you do your verification process and you just want to spend $50 or more on cryptocurrency, there are perks. Now, because I am referring you and I've been on their websites for over half a decade, the perks that they will offer to you will be exponentially better than that of which you would get on your own. It's that way because of the fact that they want people like me to get new clients in, and they want new clients to get other clients in because it costs them less in advertising. So when they're offering you a perk like $100 off of trading fees, it really costs them nothing, but it gets people to trade more on their website. And that is good for them. So in the event that you decide that you want to do it, how does it help out with the channel? You purchasing crypto offers me the same perks that they would offer to you. And those perks, as I said before, on January 1st, 2025, I will be announcing the 15 to 20% I will be using from my cryptocurrency account to be reinvesting into my channel. And then we will discuss further what's best, what are good things to purchase for the channel. It'll be a fun conversation to have. The fourth thing, just add me as a friend on Facebook, because adding me as a friend on Facebook helps me grow my Facebook account, and help me grow my Facebook account inevitably helps me grow my YouTube channel, and help me grow my YouTube channel also helps me grow my Facebook account. Ladies and gentlemen, one hand washes the other. We're going to get right to it today, and I'm going to have to try to be as quiet and as respectful as possible, because even though it's Sunday, December 29th, there are people who do have to work tomorrow. I want to say 99% sure. I don't want to put any other percentage other than that. 99% sure that nobody in my building is working or even here. But it's important for the people that are here who do go to sleep and turn in early. Again, I would imagine most people don't go to bed until around 10 p.m. I'm usually pretty respectful about that, and 10 p.m. is in about 55 minutes. So we're going to get through these exercises expeditiously. Okay, so let's get right to it. We're going to start with the warm-up. My hands are cold. We know what happens when you have cold hands. It throws off your timing between your picking hand and your fretting hand. And the dexterity you have in your fingers is a direct result of not being able to get enough blood flow. That is why that happens. So without further ado, I'm going to get through these exercises. Hopefully we're going to play as loud as we possibly can, but in the most respectful way possible. So if you were having trouble hearing, no, that's why, because I am playing much lower than I normally do. Okay? At a lower volume, I should be more precise about that. So with that being said, without further ado, we are starting with the alternate picking exercise at 95 beats per minute. Now we're going to do alternate spider picking from the 1st to the 16th fret at 95 beats per minute. Now we're going to go to the chromatic tapping from the 1st to the 16th fret. Ladies and gentlemen, Perry again has made another guest appearance. You're probably asking yourself why I have a bunch of these. A friend of mine gave me a whole case for free, but Perry is the unofficial drink of this channel for right now. Now we're doing chromatic tapping from the 1st to 16th fret at 95 beats per minute. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as always, we're going right into the scales because scales are foundational to our process of learning and getting better at improvisational music. There is no circumstance, there is no situation in which we will ever not do scales in one way or another. If we're doing these practice sessions, we will be doing scales, we will be doing chords because, you know, even people like Kobe Bryant, they don't, you know, you think that they don't just shoot, they just do drills all day and they don't shoot shots, just like regular shots. Like, you don't think that they take free throw shots at the end of every practice, or they do, you know, running drills or things of that nature. They do it all the time because you have to continue to reinforce your fundamentals. That is our base, okay? So if we are doing different scales, Ionian, Aeolian, you know, Mixolydian, Phrygian, any of those things, you understand that there's a reason why we're doing it. It's because we have to continue to reinforce our foundation. So with that in mind, understand that if that is what you want to be, if you want to get better, fundamentals aren't something you can just practice, memorize, and then forget about. If you don't do them every day, you will have problems, or you will never be the best version of yourself as a musician or whatever it is you're trying to do. Perry, ladies and gentlemen, please sponsor me. I'm broke. All right. We are starting with the C major scale at In first position, and we're doing positions 1 through 8 at 105 beats per minute. Following that with the C sharp D flat major scale at 105 beats per minute in positions 1 through 8. Then we're going to go to the pentatonic scales at 85 beats per minute. We're doing the C minor pentatonic scale and the C sharp D flat minor pentatonic scales in 6 positions, because it is a 5-tone scale where the 6th position will be its octave position. Let's go. Second position, C major scale, 105 beats per minute. You can hear I'm getting slower. It's because my fingers, if I'm not using them constantly, at least for an hour straight, then I'm not getting the circulation necessary to get through these exercises. Now we're in the third position of the C major scale at 105 beats per minute. Third position, fourth position, C major scale, 105 beats per minute. Fifth position, C major scale, 105 beats per minute. Sixth position, C major scale at 105 beats per minute. I'm sorry, I'm going to toggle back to this main screen. Hey, yo, what's up, man? How you doing? I'm doing good. I'm sorry, I'm going to get right through this exercise. I'm sorry, let me... Sixth position, C major scale, 105 beats per minute. This isn't right. Yep. All right. I'm sorry if I am having trouble checking back at these the comments. It's just because I'm usually focused. I try to tell people to have to wait to the very end, because it's like I get lost in my thoughts sometimes when I'm working on these scales. So I apologize for that. We are at the 7th position of the C major scale at 105 beats per minute. Again, the lateness of the hour is directly correlated to the volume that we're using because of the fact that I'm trying to be respectful of my neighbors. I'm keeping the volume as low as possible tonight, even though I know for a fact that most people do not work tomorrow. It's just I've never had an issue with my neighbors, and I'd like to continue that tradition. So let's keep going. We're at the 8th position, or the octave position of the C sharp, or C major scale at 105 beats per minute. Again, Perrier. Now we're going to get right into the C sharp D flat major scale at 105 beats per minute. Yeah, thanks, man. I'm going to try to post the images if I can. I don't know if there are copyright issues. That's the reason why I haven't posted too much of them. I use a book called the Guitar Grimoire. I swear by this book, but I've also had this book since I was in high school, which was not an extremely long time ago, but long enough time ago where I'd rather not say how long ago it was. But yeah, let's get right to it. We're starting with we're continuing with the scales, the major scales. We're at the C sharp D flat major scale at 105 beats per minute. So you can hear the disconnect, how I'm slowing down because my picking hand and my fretting hand aren't in sync because of the fact that they're cold. It happens all the time. But it is freezing. It is a real freezing situation over here. Now we're at the 2nd position of the C sharp D flat major scale. Yep, probably on this channel, because I swear by his book series. I have this, and I also have with me this. Well, not with me, but I have his Guitar Grimoire book for the scales and modes. I have his guitar book for the chord progressions, and I also have his book for the chords. But I do not have the chord book with me here in Europe. Let's go right to the 3rd position of the C sharp D flat major scale, 105 beats per minute. Fourth position of the C sharp D flat major scale at 105 beats per minute. Now we are at the fifth position, I want to say, or the fourth position, I'm sorry. Yeah, fourth position of the C sharp D flat major scale at 105 beats per minute. Sixth position, C sharp D flat major scale at 105 beats per minute. Seventh position of the C sharp D flat major scale at 105 beats per minute. And finally, the seventh position of the eighth position, or the octave position of the C sharp D flat major scale at 105 beats per minute. Now we're going to take the tempo down to 85 beats per minute, because that is the tempo at which we are practicing our minor pentatonic scales. And we're doing the C minor pentatonic scale first, and we're going to follow that up with the C sharp D flat minor pentatonic scale. Like I said, C sharp and D flat are sonically identical. It means they sound exactly the same, but if you are reading music, okay, it depends on if the author wrote it in flats, or it wrote the key signatures in flats or in sharps. If it's in sharp, it's going to be C sharp. If it's going to be flats, it's going to be in D flat. Okay, the notation is different, but sonically it's identical. Okay, and that's not stuff you really need to know right now, unless you are trying to learn how to read music. Okay, and again, like I said before, Perry is the drink of champions. Sparkling water is not as great as people point it out to be. I don't know why people feel fancy drinking it. It's, I don't know, whatever. C sharp D flat major scale. No, C minor pentatonic scale at 85 beats per minute, and we are starting in first position. Second position of the C minor pentatonic scale at 85 beats per minute. Let's go. Third position of the C minor pentatonic scale at 85 beats per minute. You need to take the tempo down. If you need to drop the tempo to 70 beats per minute, drop it to 70. If you can go faster, then go faster. The idea is to play these chords and connect both your picking hand and your fretting hand at the same time, so it sounds clean. That was third position. Yep, fourth position. C minor pentatonic scale at 85 beats per minute. Fifth position of the C minor pentatonic scale at 85 beats per minute. Now, finally, the octave position, or the octave position, is sixth position of the C minor pentatonic scale at 85 beats per minute. Now we're going to go right into the C sharp D flat minor pentatonic scale at 85 beats per minute. Now this one's weirder because the stretch between the the middle finger and the index finger goes from the second to the fifth fret, and it's a very tough do. Very tough to do. Is it second to the fifth? Yeah, it is. All right, now we are at the second position of the C sharp D flat minor pentatonic scale at 85 beats per minute. Third position of the C sharp D flat minor pentatonic scale at 85 beats per minute. Let's go. Fourth position of the C sharp D flat minor pentatonic scale at 85 beats per minute. Let's go. Now we're at the fifth position of the C sharp D flat minor pentatonic scale at 85 beats per minute. And finally, the sixth position of the C sharp D flat minor pentatonic scale at 85 beats per minute. again, you're going to have to excuse me, man, for the volume. I'm trying to keep it down to be as polite to the neighbors around me as possible. I don't know what time you were able to connect to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. I hope you will join us next year, in the next couple of days, when we will have a full and complete program at least set up for the first 6 months. I will get into that later on, a little bit later on today, but on the first of the year, we will definitely talk about it. Okay? So with that being said, I'm going to take the metronome off, and we're going to play the fun game called Find the A. We played the fun game called Find the F and then Find the G. Now we're playing called Find the A. What we're doing now until the end of the year is we are trying to memorize our fretboard. Okay? Even I haven't memorized my fretboard, but every guitar player on planet Earth says if you're going to get better, you have to memorize your fretboard. You have to know your major and minor, augmented and diminished triad chords, and you need to know all your chords all up and down the fretboard. And that's just the foundational of what you need. Okay, so you also need to know the major, minor, pentatonic scales, the major, minor scales. You need to know all the major and the mode scales, and this is stuff we'll go over the next couple of months or so. And there's no rush to learning them. It's just understanding that all these chords relate to each other, and as long as you understand certain principles, you understand how chords are put together, and you understand where every note is on the fretboard. We're starting with just the natural notes, so anything that's G or A or B or C. If it's sharp or a flat, we're not going to touch that until probably, I would like to say, the month of March, maybe even April. Okay, we'll talk about that later. But let's get right into the Find the A. And so I'm calling out the fret numbers. We're at 15 on the, if you're on the E string, whether it's the top or bottom E string, we're at the 5, the 5th fret, and the 17th frets. Okay. All you have to do in order to find the F or find the A in this particular case, or any note, whatever your starting position is, if you add 12 to that position, you will find its octave counterpart. So right now, for instance, we're on 5 and 17. If you add 12, you add the 12 to 5, you get 17. And there's a reason for that, but it's music theory related, so we're not going to really talk about that too much right now. We're finding the A on the top E string right now, and then we're going back to the bottom E string. It's 5 and 17. It's the exact same position on both strings because they are sonically identical. And positionally identical because they're both E strings. That's what I should have said. And if we're finding the A string, we're on the A string. It's open in 12. So you add 0, you add 12 to 0, and you get 12. So on the A string, it's open in 12. Then back to the bottom E, where we're at 5, frets 5 and 17. Those are the octave positions of the A notes on the bottom E string, and as well as the top A string. Top E string, I'm sorry, for the A note on the top E string. Then on the A string, we're back to, you guessed it, 0 and 12. And on the D string, we are at 7 and 19. You add 12 to 7, and you get 19. And that's where you find the octave counterpart of the A, of the note A on the D string. And if we're back to the A string, we're on the open string and 12. Or we're playing open and then pressing down on the 12th fret to get both octaves. Then we're back to the 5 and 17 on the bottom E string, and then we're going to move to the top E string where it is identical position-wise to the bottom E string. Then we go back to the A string, and then we know it's open and 12. And on the D string, we are at 7 and 19. Fret 7 and 19 give you the A and its octave counterpart. 7th fret, 19th fret, okay? And then when we go to the G string, if you remember, I don't know if you saw this yesterday, but if you remember on the G string, we're at 2 and 14. Then if we go back to the D string, I'm sorry, from the G string, then we're at 7 and 19. Again, I'm learning these with you. This is why we're doing this together, because I'm an intermediate guitar player who's trying to get better. On the A string, it's open and 12. And then the E string, we're back to 5 and 17. And on the B string, we're at the 10 and 22. Hopefully, I will have 24 frets on the guitar last year. I keep calling the 22nd fret the poverty level fret because I do not have 24 frets. And as a guitar player who likes to play a lot of songs, there are a lot of guitar players, especially some of my favorites, who have 24 frets. And it's just more advantageous because there are more notes. So on B, we're at 10 and 22. That's how you can see I have 22 frets because the 22 is the top fret, and I can't fret after that. Then on E string, back to 5 and 17. And back to the bottom E. Now we've memorized the C sharp and D flat major chord, the C major chords, and the C sharp, D flat major chords, and so we're going to go do those again. Next year, our goal is to memorize between the months of between the months of January, all the way through the end of the month of March. We're going to learn and memorize all the major, all the minor, all the diminished, and all the augmented chords for all 12 notes of the scale, because as you know, there are 12 notes that are given major importance, where the 13th note is the octave. Okay, there are 12 notes based on the breakdown of C sharp, D flat, all those things. So again, that's something music theory wise, that's something we can get into later. But not everybody who's with us has the book, so I can't. It's hard for me to explain to people who have never been involved in an orchestra or played any music in some kind of, I wouldn't say professional, but some kind of educational setting. It's difficult to do so. Perrier, baby. Woo! Sparkly. Now, yeah. So we did that. Now we're going to go through these chords about 3 times a piece. We can do the melody chords or the outside chords. The inside chords, which involves the middle 4 strings. The rhythm chords or the bar chords, which usually involve all 5 or all 6 strings mostly, and then the bottom 4 string chords, which obviously only include the bottom 4 strings. So we're going to start with the C major chord. Again, we're going to be respectful to the neighbors, so you're going to hear it's going to be a lot lower than normal. It's okay if you don't know, okay? We're here together. We're learning this stuff together. We're not here to feel bad. We're here to learn. We're here to fail and to get up again and do it again, okay? Now we're going to do the inside chords. And as we say down south, we're going to run through that one more again. Now we're going to do the bar chords or the rhythm chords. I don't know if that's a term you guys use in your region, but down south we say one more again instead of saying do it again. Oh, sorry. I don't know if people use this term, but I like to call this technique climbing. We call it climbing. Is playing the same chord in different parts of the fretboard, but you move up progressively or down progressively. I guess climb up or climb down. If you're struggling with the stretches, it's normal. If you're not used to doing them all the time, which is why you have to do them as often as possible, you have to learn how to make these stretches. Now we're going to do the bottom 4 string chords that sound like this. One more again. I have to play this again because that sounded really cool if you play the whole thing open instead of barring it off. That's a dope chord. All right, let's get right into the C sharp, D flat, major chords. Oh, here we are. Doing this from memory. We're at the outside chords again. The C sharp, D flat major chords on the outside. Now we're going to do the inside chords. Okay? Here we go. See how we're climbing here? That's why I like to affectionately call it climbing. Then we are back to again. I get how boring this is. One more again. Now we're going to do the outside chords. Oh, the rhythm chords, I'm sorry, or the bar chords. One more again. Now we're going to do the bottom 4 string chords. One more again. Now we're going to get right into, and I'm going to post this, man, for you to see. I don't know if you have an Instagram account, but if you do, I'm going to tell you, as I tell everybody, to please, if I'm using a backing track or using a video from an Instagram influencer, I ask everyone to please subscribe to their channels. I don't have money to personally give these people, and I understand that most people don't, at least at this time. It's very difficult. So the way that we show love is by subscribing to their channel, to show other companies that are giving them sponsorship deals or helping them promote their channel, show them the love that they deserve by just subscribing to their channels. If you're going to subscribe to me, I'm going to recommend that if you check out, if you play these riffs with me, these what I call the lick of the weeks, period. I'm going to ask you to subscribe to their channels too, because they help us get better, and we want to show them love by having them. So can I comment on this? I cannot. I don't know how to do this. I'm not going to do that. We want to show them love by playing their music and subscribing to their channels. This is done by Indie Quan Music. That's the name he uses on Instagram. And the name of the song is called Plastic Love. I don't think he wrote this song. So now we're going to pause it. We know what it sounds like. I have it posted in here so you can check it out. So we are right here. All right, now we're going to get right into the ABC Polyphia riff. We're going to start with the intro. We're going to run through that a few times, and then we're going to go right into the solo part. Now, if you don't, Polyphia is very hard, so if you're struggling with it, there will be weeks where we will do other stuff that's easier. This is just for me, and so that I can practice and get better. Judge it. Tell me what you think about it. If you want to hear the actual song, you can look it up. It's called ABC from Polyphia and Sophia Black. It's a dope song. It sounds like you hear it and you're like, wow, this sounds like really like girly and poppy. The guitar riff is insane. It's insanely hard. So whatever you think about the song, the technicality from a musician standpoint it's off the chart. It's one of the hardest songs I've ever had to try to learn. Which is why I'm learning it, because we cannot get better if we continue to play at the same level. You have to keep pushing that level. Like, not all the time, but if you're going to build muscle in the weight room, the only way to do it is to add a little bit more resistance every time and every time. That's how it works, okay? All right, let's get right into the solo part, which we're taking down to 80 beats per minute, 85 beats per minute. We were going to be doing the second part of that solo starting tomorrow. And then we're going to put it all together after the first. Right, that's all the time I'm going to have for that today. So if you were writing in the section of the song, okay, I played my solo. Yeah. Oh, that's dope, man. I don't have my fretboard memorized at all. I keep working on it. I know where the notes are. I can find any note if I have the time to look at it. I can't just be like C sharp, F minor, F flat, whatever it is. I can't just point onto different points of the board and figure out where it is. Which is why I'm here. All right. Yeah, I play trumpet, so I get it. I get it, man. Let me get right into this solo section again. It should be available. Oh, you know what? I haven't made it public yet. This is a guitar backing track in C major. But when I do have it, please subscribe to every one of the channels. If you're going to use these backing tracks, subscribe to them so that the artists know that you are showing them love, that you're using their song, and yeah. All right, not the greatest ending on planet Earth, but we are absolutely getting better. And that is attributed directly to, well, I've got to turn this off because it's going to keep playing through. I don't know why YouTube does this. It keeps playing through songs even after I finish them, and I've hit the pause button. It's super annoying, but it is what it is, okay? JS, my man, TFC, there you go. Thank you for joining me, man. This is very much appreciated. It helps me out with my channel. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you telling me whatever it is you need to tell me as far as me getting better and maybe being able to help you more. If there's stuff that you're interested in that will make you more excited to be here. You know what? To be honest, these sessions, I'll be honest with you, it's like working out at the gym, man. The reason why we go to the gym is it sucks. It's a grind, okay? It's a grind every single day. But if you want to get better, the only way, the only key, there's no secret behind it. Sometimes you can memorize things more quickly than other people based on your background or based on your comprehension of different things. But this is not going to be fun, okay? I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. I'm going to try to make it fun and festive. Like I might wear a fancy hat or do different stuff with the background as of next year because I'll be adding more of my money that I've earned from cryptocurrency to reinvest in my channel. But at the end of the day, this is so that you practice every single day. And then once you finish your practice and your workout, you can do whatever you want. It's like going to the gym and working out before you have to play basketball. Like everyone likes to play basketball, but nobody likes to practice. Nobody wants to sit there and shoot 1,000 shots because it sucks and it's boring. But people want to hit the game-winning shot, right? And when you're playing a game, you want to hit the game-winning shot. But the only way you get to that game, the only way you get off the bench into playing that game is if you put in the hours to practice. Then you get onto the bench, and then, or you make the team to get onto the bench, and then keep practicing to make it onto the starting five. And once you make it on that starting five, in order to make the game-winning shot, you have had to have put in the practice and the work. That's the only way this shit works, man. Excuse me for the language. One cannot get to the next level until you get to that point. And the only way to get to that point is doing the boring shit that nobody wants to do. But if you're going to do it, practice it, be smart about it, be methodical about it, and do it like your life depends on it every single day. If you can dedicate at least the first part, 30 to 45 minutes, the practice part, to doing that, then you can do whatever the hell you want with your guitar later. Go to a jam session, record music, what have you. Thank you so much, man. Thank you for joining me. If you have any questions or anything you'd like to see me do next year, now is the time to bring it up because, or not necessarily now, but if you want to continue to write in the section, let me know what it is that you want to see that will be more helpful to you, and I will try to implement that. The structure will be similar to that of which I am doing as of right now. However, I might be adding 1 or 2 different things just to make sure our practice sessions go a solid 45 minutes. My goal is to talk, at least at the beginning or at the end of the video, about the things I have to do to grow my channel. As much as I would like to do this 100% for free, my goal next year is to make it, it's already free for you guys. But with the amount of subscribers I get, I can make it more free for myself. That means the electricity, getting paid for time, you know, like being a private tutor. My job is to make this as free for you and also as free for me as possible. If I could do this for free and I could be compensated, or I didn't have to be compensated, we would never be talking about this stuff because it's ridiculous. I'm not a sales guy, so this is very weird for me when I have to do the spiel about cryptocurrency and that. It's weird, but you know. In any case, thanks for joining me. I'm going to keep reading your comments. I got to get going now because, like I said, it's 10:15 on in the area of the world that I live in. So with that being said, man, please join us tomorrow and next year. I've been on this channel for 254, I believe, 255 consecutive days. And I'm very lucky and blessed that I can say that I've done that. Sick or not feeling great or not wanting to do it, I've still been here every single day. And I hope that that tradition I can continue on for as long as I have this channel, which is hopefully forever. Okay? So with that being said, if you haven't done so already, which I'm sure you have, please go ahead and like. This is for the other people who may be watching or may not be watching, but go ahead and like, comment, subscribe to the channel. This channel is about 3 things. The first 2 parts are about the music and the practice and the improv. So the first part will be practice of us laying the foundational work what we're trying to build. The second part will be about me practicing improv so that I can get better as an improv guitar player. And if you are interested in improv whatsoever, and you want to judge me or tell me what I can do better, by all means, that's what the live streams are for. And the third thing is the whole channel is centered around the idea of me creating electronic music, singing and songwriting, using Logic Pro X as my digital audio workstation. My whole channel is around that, and to use our principal instrument, or my principal instrument personally, which is the guitar, to either inspire music that I'll be creating in Logic Pro X, or to be one of the principal instruments that I'm using to create the music. And then you can judge that in and of itself. There will be instrumentals. There will be songs that I write myself that I will put out that will be starting on January 1st. The beginning is going to sound not great because I've got a lot of work to do as a producer, and that's okay. The second thing is normally I would ask people to do this, but in the event that you haven't heard it before, I would normally ask people to join my Amazon affiliate program, but I got booted from the Amazon affiliate program, not because it did anything wrong or mean or whatever. I just didn't make 3 qualifying sales in a period of 180 days. So as opposed to resubscribing or asking them to try to give me another opportunity, I decided I would wait until I fulfilled the requirements of YouTube to get the 1,000 subscribers I need to get the super chats, stickers, and the advertiser-driven revenue necessary. So the second thing I'm going to ask people to do is to check out the cryptocurrency affiliate links that I have in the program or in the description of every video. Again, I'm not telling you what you should and shouldn't do with your money. I figure I trade cryptocurrency every single day, and in the event that you think it's right for you or you want to check it out at the very least, sign up using my referral links, because it gives you exponentially more perks than what you would have if you sign up by yourself. The reason is because these cryptocurrency websites want people like me to get people like that have not joined cryptocurrency or platforms to subscribe and to use their platforms, because they want to do word of mouth, because the more publicity they have to do, the more money they have to spend on publicity. But word of mouth is virtually a net zero for them. It doesn't cost them anything. So they'll give you like $100 off free trading fees, which they would only give you if you sign up by yourself, $20 off. But $100 off trading fees, instead of them making money on those trading fees, you would get $100 off of those trades. And they would offer that same thing to me. And why it helps out this channel is because you purchasing cryptocurrency using my referral link, the perks they offer you, they will offer to me, and by extension this channel, because I will be using 15 to 20% up to $100 this year of my cryptocurrency gains to reinvest into the channel. Because I don't have advertiser-driven revenue, that is what it is, okay? So in the event that you decide that's something you want to do, you've thought about it, you want to learn more about it, sign up. The sign-ups are free. And then after that, if you decide you want to spend money and you pass the verification process, location, whatever, then you can purchase cryptocurrency on your own. But please do your research, okay? I'm not a financial advisor. This isn't financial advice. I've also lost money using cryptocurrency. I've gained money. I've also lost money. It's important to understand how it works before you get, and I'm very cautious. I only spend I spend 25 to $50 a month. I could spend more. I'm not the kind of person that likes to take hella risks. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like to take a bunch of risks, especially financially. You know, we're all hurting after the pandemic. We're all rebuilding after the pandemic. And yeah, the pandemic was 4 years ago, but that doesn't change the fact that it's a very real situation for a lot of people. Okay, so I would never tell anybody to spend more money than what you have. Be smart. Check it out, do your own investigations into it, and then if you're going to do it, use my referral links to sign up, because it helps out. It's the freest way to help out with the channel, or the second freest way besides subscribing. Yeah. And the fourth thing is add me on Facebook. I have a Facebook account for Muzzy McGee. It's in the very last thing before I put a billion hashtags up there just to try to get visibility, which hasn't really worked so much. But that's okay. You live and you learn. Let me read your comments real quick, my man. Funny story. I actually do have an Instagram, but Instagram I prefer is under my real name. I'm trying to create an account. If I cannot do it by the end of the month of January, I don't have an Instagram account for Muzzy McGee. That's not my real name. It's a name I got from a family member that they've called me my whole life, and it's an endearing name, so I used it as my what they call in French a nom de plume, a written name. Like Mark Twain is Samuel Clemens. I don't know if you've heard of the writer Mark Twain, a very famous American writer. whose real name is Samuel Clemens. Similar to that. I have an Instagram account, but I want to use my Muzzy McGee account for it. But for whatever reason, Zuckerberg will not let me create an account. I don't know if it's him personally, but I've tried a million times to create an account. And for some reason, it says I've created it, and then I try to use my password or whatever, and it says this account doesn't exist. I don't know what the hell is going on. But I'm going to try it again. Hopefully, if not, I'm going to email their team to try to have an Instagram account created, because this would make things a hell of a lot easier, okay? I do have a TikTok account that I don't use yet. There's nothing up there. Hopefully, I will be adding stuff up there. Like I said, I would be cross-platformational in the next couple of weeks, couple of months. No, next couple of days, really. In the month of January, I will be live streaming on 2 or 3 or 4 different platforms at the same damn time. So we will talk about that. Hopefully that'll happen. But again, to answer your question, I don't have an Instagram account for Muzzy McGee. I don't have it. Through no fault of my own, I've attempted several times. So, yeah. I promise you, the situation will be resolved before the end of the month of January. It is my hope that I will have my account in the next couple of days. I can't make any promises because I'm not an information technology kind of guy. I have to email their support staff to say, hey, I'm trying to create an account based off of the Facebook account I've already created. And normally it should be something as simple as 2 to 3 clicks, because Instagram and Facebook are owned by the same company. It makes no sense. Riddle me that. If I created my account on Facebook, and they're saying, oh, somebody already has this name, they should be able to associate the name from Facebook to the Instagram account because it's the same damn company. I don't know. I'm not an information technology guy. I'm not a computer nerdzilla. So you know how that goes. Anyway, my man, thank you so much for joining my channel. Thank you for joining me today. And like I said, I'm going to read through some of these comments as I have the time to. I got to get going because it is 10:23 specifically. Exactly. Yeah. Alternate picking, man. I'm reading through your comments here really quickly before I go, because I have to figure out next year, over the next 48 hours, I have to figure out how I'm going to schedule the points at which I talk, because if I'm going to be answering questions, I think I'm going to answer them either once at the beginning and once at the end, or just all at the end, and have you, I guess, add comments as I go through, and I will try to check it periodically. It's different because sometimes I'm looking at the metronome screen, or sometimes I'm looking at a different screen. Sometimes when I don't have the notes and the scales memorized, I usually put my book, my Guitar Grimoire book, in front of me, or the chords book I have in front of me. And then I have to look down, so I can't see the comments every second. So, you know, it's not like, I'm not saying it to you directly, but it's just like, if you've ever live streamed before, been on like a conference call with somebody where you had to look at one thing at the same time, you're talking with somebody, it can get really confusing. So we'll see how that works out. A second monitor, man, I need to change my whole setup. This background that you see over here, this is like, I don't know if you know who Kai Cenat is, but it's like, if you ever watched his first videos, that's kind of like that. Like this background, all the stuff I have here, this is all basic, like nothing, like clothes everywhere, like just, and I'm trying to build the channel little by little. Like, you know, it's normally I have it more clean than this, but you know, it is what it is, man. I'm just trying to build. I'm trying to build. And I said to myself, I do have a revenue source because I do have a job. I am employed. My goal is to use the money that I earn from this channel to reinvest in the channel. I'm trying not to spend any of my own personal money in the channel. However, this year, because I have not received the amount of subscribers that I have, I've decided that I'm going to use 15 to 20% of my gains in cryptocurrency to reinvest in the channel, up to $100. My goal is to make this channel be self-sustaining, but in order for me to do that, I can't continue to invest money into a channel that I'm trying to earn money from, because then I don't know how much I've invested into it and then how much I'm getting back. As of right now, I haven't earned a single penny from the channel, and that's okay because I'm still in the beginning stages. Now you're saying, oh, how'd you not do that in half a year? Well, it is what it is. Maybe I'm not moving correctly. Maybe I'm not swimming in big enough circles. Maybe I'm not. The cross-platformational thing is another thing. But the other thing is that I'm not trying. I could have posted this channel. I could post this channel on my Facebook, on my actual Facebook page, not my Muzzy McGee account. But I could post this on my actual page, and I could have 300 subscribers tomorrow. That's not what I want to do, though, because if I'm building my channel, and I'm sure you could probably do the same thing, but if you do that, you get eyeballs on screen, you get the subscribers you need, but nobody's really watching your channel. So it's like empty views. My goal is to have people who want to join the channel join it. So I got to think of different ways to do it. I've been sharing it with friends, very close friends who are interested in what I do, but I've refrained from posting any of this on any of my personal social media accounts, because it's my goal to grow this as organically as possible. So when people come to this channel and they're here every day, I don't want them to feel obligated as a friend of mine to be like, hey, look what he's doing, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Yeah, Google Chat, for sure. In any case, my man, I got to get going. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to look through these comments. I'm glad that I helped you with your alternate picking. The idea, like I said before, isn't to necessarily teach too much. It's to motivate you to come and practice with me. So if you're going to use your guitar as your instrument, I've seen you put up some music and some instrumentals. If you're going to use your guitar as your principal instrument, if you're going to do anything, there's a foundational level that must be practiced every single day. And my goal is to create a fundamental foundational structure of practice for myself and to have other people join me. That's what the live streams are about. And also getting better as an improvisational musician. We'll be able to do video chat. Sure. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm sure we could do a video chat at some point. I don't know if I have too much time over the next couple of days because I have to like I said, the beginning of the year is happening. And so I'm trying to get a bunch of stuff ready for my channel as possible. I only have, let's see, another 7 days off after today before I get back to work. So I doubt that that's going to be something I could do at any point between now and, let's say, Monday. Let me see. First is on Wednesday. It would be Monday the 6th or Monday the 5th. One of those 2 days. Whatever the day is that Monday is, I don't think I'll have any time before then. But if you want to video chat, I'm sure we can figure something out, man. For sure. For sure. Okay? I appreciate that because it helps me, because I think like building community around this channel is a great thing. People who I've seen some of the stuff you have on your page, and so I think you and I share similar interests with what we're trying to do professionally. And I think that's cool, because then you are going to help me be an instrumental part of building community around what it is I'm trying to do. A community of guitar players, a community of people who want to create sonic art, which is music, and people who want to, do something musically. Okay, so that's really cool, man. Yeah, keep coming back. I'm trying to have a time set up to where I've tried really hard to get a time set up. I've been really bad about that. That's the one thing that I have to say next year I absolutely have to get better at, is to make sure that whatever time I decide that we're going to be here is the time I need to be here every single day. Punctuality is an important skill. It also, if you are trying to build something, it's important that you show consistency, not just in the work that you do, but in the time that you decide to do it. Okay. I never understood the importance of getting organized, because when I was younger, I never had to organize everything. I remembered everything. But the complexity of getting older and paying bills and having a job and having, your friends or your girlfriends and things like that. You have to schedule things in order for you to get life to move in a coherent and logical progression. Okay. At least in my experience, I've had to do that. So I'm going to try to be here. I promise you, I'm going to try to be here as soon as I can at a consistent hour every day, give or take 30 minutes. Okay. With that being said, my friend, thank you so much for joining me. Tell your friends about it. If you have anybody else who you are working with who wants to get involved, who wants to help post music or listen to stuff that I'm putting out there, you want to judge it. I know you produced yourself. If you want to judge it, tell me what you like. You say this song here is great, or this sucks, or I really hate the part that you sang here vocally. This is stupid. This doesn't make sense. If you want to give me any advice, by all means, use this platform as an opportunity for you to see me do dumb stuff, and then you may not have to make the same mistakes. I'm doing dumb stuff and putting my face out there, so you don't have to. You know what I mean? Talk to you later, my friend. See you. Bye, 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 bye.